it's been honed down over the years to a 25-minute practice. One of the things that works for me that I've noticed over the time that it's taken me to get it to a 25-minute practice is that I like to move every day. And the 25-minute practice allows me to recover. It doesn't beat me so badly. It tests me as much as I need to be tested, but it allows me to fully recover for the next day's practice. And so if you get into the hour and a half practice, the obvious thing there is, well, you're taking a lot of time out of your day to do it. But it's hard to go as intense as we do in 25 minutes. And if you try and if you do, it's not so easy to recover the next day, because we're 6 days a week here, right? And so we don't just recover from the first practice to the second practice. We got to recover from the first practice to the sixth practice, right, in that week. And it's cumulative. And in that week, we might take one day where we do kind of an active recovery. So that's one of the benefits for me, is that I'm able to fully recover and be regenerated and recharged for the next day. So how about you?
Well, what I really appreciate is that in that 25 minutes, I am going to sweat and I am going to breathe hard. And I feel like this is such a great benefit to my body. And it's such a great benefit to my sense of self, because that's the push. When we become, well, I can certainly say for myself, as I become aware of my capacity to really make that kind of effort, that I will sweat and I will breathe really hard and push through when I feel like I need to stop. This is a great reference point for the mind and for the emotions. It means that no matter what, we have this power. It's this incredible identification with our power. And like you put it in your vocabulary, our identification with that bulletproof body. And when you have that bulletproof body, you have this armor in your thinking. You trust yourself. You appreciate yourself. You know you've done good for yourself and that you show up for yourself. And you know that that self is a divine creation full of incredible potency, value, possibility. And this is the time, while we're here on this earth, in these bodies, with consciousness and energy, this is our opportunity to honor this existence and to represent our vision.
So one of the other things that matters to me is that each day that I get to move like this, with this level of intensity, it fires up my metabolism. And that allows for my body to function normally each day. Doesn't get sluggish, doesn't start to get, too relaxed. Everything seems to be firing. And it builds, one of the things that goes along with that for me is that the body's working the way it's meant to working, even when I'm at relax, because I've stressed it earlier, or I will sometime that day. And along with that comes, an immune system that comes along for the ride here as the body gets fully charged, energetically efficient, metabolism firing, energy firing. The immune system wants to keep up. So it starts to pick its game up, right? And that's part of the process of building this strong body that we are in here creating and maintaining, is the metabolism, the immune system, the parts we don't really see, right? The obvious parts, the parts inside here, right? The brain, the clarity, the brain synapses, the function that's going on there. It's a very clear vision of wherever it is that I am. My brain is not fogged. My immune system is strong. My metabolism is fired up. So the innate intelligence of my body is getting what it needs. And that's a real big benefit for me. And I like to get that every day. Know that I've nourished that side of my body every day, the invisible side, right? So back to you, Miss.
All right. Well, I love the 25-minute practice because it's intense and it also is over before it kicks me too hard. And yet it kicks me hard. Like it really kicks me very hard. But I can handle it for 25 minutes. And I find that super efficient. I really do find it very efficient. And the proof is that when I go about my daily tasks now, I'm much more efficient. When we had that big effort in recently of harvesting the wood from the forest, there was one day where I had lifted, I'm sure, 20,000 pounds worth of wood over that period of time, 5 hours, out in the rain.
Off balance, right? Carrying a wheelbarrow,
Yeah, over uneven terrain, full of sticks and moss and all kinds of things. And just knowing I can. So that 25 minutes does that. In that 25 minutes, I can completely know that I can and do it before I start to resent the effort that I have to make because it's pushing me beyond what I really feel happy doing. So I've actually found that 25-minute slot, I'm happy doing that. It's a good amount of time for me.
And I find too that it's now we've developed this and it's efficient and it's challenging in so many different ways. It's so well-rounded and so flexible. But I find that it is enough to keep me strong, to keep me well, to keep my body functional and supple and fully functional through a full range of motion. My fitness levels is staying high. My recovery rate, like I talked about, is matching it. I just see that there's so many benefits that can be attained inside a 25-minute practice. It's enough to do all the things that I needed to do for me to stay fully functional throughout my life. And I see that since Missy started with me 15 months ago, we started practicing together. Her improvement has been exponential. She's getting stronger, better balanced, just everything about what she does, more capable. She couldn't even skip when she started. It was more like a clunk, clunk. Now she'll go through 60, 80, 100 revolutions with the skipping rope. Just blast it out. Squats, unbelievable. I've seen the improvement in her strength and her balance, her symmetry in her body. Everything is happening. It's all through a 25-minute practice because we're doing the right stuff, So I really like the efficiency of the 25-minute, and I know the results that I'm getting from it are what I need. They're what I want. So back to you.
So I'm coming to the point of the consistency of the 25-minute practice over an extended period of time and what that reveals to us. So you said something that really sparked me. And now it just kind of slipped out of my head.
Well, do you know what? You can think about it, but one thing that I can add to that is the 25-minute practice seems doable to me. Whether I'm going to be 80, whether I'm going to be 90, to me, the 25 minutes will be a doable practice. It's a skill that we've developed that will carry with us forever. It's not I've done Ironman. I've done a lot of stuff that's been a lot, long periods of time, 5-6 hour ride, 2-3 hour run. I've done all those kinds of things, right? You don't have to.
I know what I was going to say.
There, see, I knew if I talked enough, she'd figure it out.
But it has to do with this, that in that 25-minute practice, here we are, it's just about 0 degrees. And in that 25 minutes, we just get so hot that we're just dripping. And I want to say that now I'm sitting here with the heater blasting on my back and I'm cold. So I want to say that it definitely keeps you warm. And now, since I'm not doing it, I'm going to have to sign off because I feel the chill.
Okay, so there's just the character building part of it as well, right? It's this relationship with self, so I'll keep it brief, but it develops this self-love. It just does. You commit to this kind of a practice and you're consistent with it, and you start to really recognize value in yourself because you start to become capable and you realize success with every practice. So there's a real self-identity, self-value, self-fulfillment. It's really your practice. Whatever's going on in here, at the end of the day, you pat yourself on the back, give yourself a high five, thank your creator. And so it's really, really valuable for that. And knowing that Missy's cold, yes, we gotta go.
I'm just going to sum it up by saying that the body doesn't lie. That when you do that, when you show your body that kind of attention and commitment, your body responds and says thank you in the best possible way.
But this relationship between this and this is so beautiful to have, right? You can rely on each other. This and this, tight, best friends, lovers, whatever you want to call them. At any rate, that's as much as we'll go because I know Missy's getting cold.